अब नहीं है हिचकिचाना, मन के स्वास्थ्य पर है ध्यान लगाना।
अब नहीं है हिचकिचाना, मन के स्वास्थ्य पर है ध्यान लगाना।
मन की सेहत भी है जरूरी, काउंसलर से फिर क्यों दूरी।
मन की सेहत भी है जरूरी, काउंसलर से फिर क्यों दूरी।
चलो अब अपना फोन उठाओ, मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाओ। चलो अब अपना फोन उठाओ, मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाओ। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने, 844-844-0632.
Namaskar and a very warm welcome to all the viewers in today's Paricharcha session. My name is Rajan Rajput and you all know that Manodarpan's Paricharcha and Sahyog sessions are brought to you by Manodarpan under the initiative of Ministry of Education for psychosocial support and mental well-being of students, viewers who are connected with us across the country. Yes, you all are watching on PM eVidya channels, channel number 6 and 11, along with on our official YouTube handle. These are NCERT official. You can also visit our website www.manodarpan.education.gov.in. And one another medium is to connect with us is our Facebook page, that is with the name of National Council of Educational Research and Training, NCERT. We have some another mediums to connect with us. You may call Manodarpan counselors and the number is also flashing on your screen. Number is 844-844-0632 and the IVRS number for this session is 8800-440-559. In today's Manodarpan Paricharcha session, we have one interesting and important topic for all the viewers. The topic is coping with the parental expectation and fear of failure in exam. अभिभावकों की, माता पिता की अपेक्षाएं और परीक्षा में असफल होने का डर, ये जो डर है इससे कैसे निपटा जा सकता है, ये हमारा आज का विषय है। आज के विषय पर प्रकाश डालने के लिए हमारे साथ हमारे पैनलिस्ट जुड़े हैं। चलिए इन सभी की मुलाकात आपसे करवाते हैं। लेट्स वार्म वेलकम विद डॉक्टर वरुण अशोकन, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर फ्रॉम RIE NCERT भुवनेश्वर। सर नमस्कार, स्वागत करते हैं।
Hello, good afternoon everyone.
Good afternoon, sir. And we are joined by Dr. Anjan Kumar Khatua. He's a principal from KV number 1 Balasore, Odisha. Sir, namaskar. We are joined by Mr. Jaideep Kar, principal of school Dalmia Vidya Mandir, Rajganpur, Odisha. Sir, namaskar, स्वागत करते हैं।
नमस्ते मैम, नमस्ते।
And we are also joined Ms. Jagyasni Das, PGT of Subject Guidance and Counseling and Practicing Counselor, DMS RIE NCERT Bhubaneswar. Ma'am, namaskar, स्वागत करते हैं।
Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much for inviting me.
So coping, if we talk about the topic, coping with parental expectation and fear of failure in exams is very common and very hard. You are not weak. बट फॉर दिस फीलिंग, येस वी कैन से कि इस डर के आगे जो हमारे सभी स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो एक बारी को सोच में पड़ जाते हैं। एग्ज़ाम का फियर है, एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं और उन सभी को आपको स्ट्रांगली फेस करना है। क्या है हमारा आज का विषय, इससे जुड़े सभी एक्सपेक्ट पर बात करने के लिए हमारे साथ जुड़े पैनलिस्ट से चलिए अपनी बातचीत को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। आप सभी लगातार विभिन्न माध्यमों से हमारे साथ जुड़े रहें और अपने प्रश्न भी आप यकीनन हमें भेज सकते हैं। वी हैव फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन फॉर यू डॉक्टर अंजन कुमार सर, हाउ पेरेंटल एक्सपेक्टेशन अफेक्ट स्टूडेंट्स एंड देयर परफॉर्मेंस?
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, please.
The chapter, whatever is selected, the topic, whatever is selected, it is very important nowadays because all of you know nowadays it is the day of examination. This quarter, especially January, February, March, April, most of the students will appear in the examination. So when we appear in the examination, then at that time, expectation will come automatically. Expectation from the side of the candidates themselves, expectation from the side of the parents, expectation from the side of the teachers, expectation from the side of the well-wishers. Because nowadays it is a day of celebration of success and achievement. If you get success, people will celebrate. If you achieve something, people also celebrate. So due to these things, people also expect, candidates also expect, school also expect. So each and everyone also expect from the students. So now question arises whether parents should expect or not. Yes, in my view, parents should expect from the students. If parents expect, then parents will involve in the development process of the children. If they expect, they will utilize money. Nowadays, it is the culture, tuition, they are also providing tuition, coaching, etc. So parents' expectation is automatic, and it is one of the part and parcel of this process. It will be there. And especially in Indian society, I want to say that it will be continue, because our society always expect something from the students. So expectations should be there, but question arises to what extent parents should expect from the students, from their children. Now here especially comes the potentiality of the students. Parents know very well the potentiality of the students, because from the very beginning, from the infant to now it is adolescent period or childhood period or adulthood periods, parents know the capacity of the children. So when they expect something from the children, they should expect as per the capacity of the children. If their wards have more capacity, then expectations should be high. If their ward have moderate capacity, then expectations should be moderate accordingly. And if their ward is lacking behind in some areas, then they should plan how to develop their potentialities. So expectation should be there, and expectation as per the capacity of the children. If expectation will be as per the capacity of the children, then students will progress. If expectation will be as per the capacity of the students, then students will take interest, they will develop. And one of the effect of this expectations or involvement of the parents will be that if students achieve success due to their potentialities, then on the way, each and everyone will recognize this. And when students recognize their behavior and he is recognized by the others, then at their time, there will be more development. There will be more socialization process. Students or their words will feel extrovert to speak to the others, freely discuss with others. There will not be any nervousness that is required. And another one I want to just highlight, that if there is expectation from the parent side and parents involved, then there will be development, personal development of the children. Personal development means students will be capable of facing the challenges. Nowadays, we are saying that all the students are global citizens or global, they are preparing for the global areas. So if you are preparing for the global citizenship, then accordingly, we have the capacity to face the challenges. And if we develop ourselves as per our potentiality with the help of the parents, then we'll be the global citizen in the coming days. So in this view, I can say that it is essential, expectations should be there, but expectations should not be so rigid. If expectation will be rigid, then what will happen? In that process, students will develop some nervousness. They will feel fear that yes, if I fail to get my success in the examination or in any way, then somebody may disrecognize it. So as a result, there will be fear of failure, and that fear of failure will hamper his personality. He will not take interest taking any challenging task in the future. So his resilience capacity will decrease day by day. So I think parental expectation is necessary, and parental expectations should be there on the web. In the process of the examination or in the process of the any achievement or any work, expectations should be there. Thank you all.
Exams are often described as a test of knowledge, but for many students, they feel like that will be test for worth. Actually, behind many exam fear, parental expectation and fear of failure is there. So let us talk more about this topic, understanding that pressure and learning how that support can turn into your strength. So let's talk more about this topic. How can students balance their parents' expectation, their dreams and their own interest and abilities? This question is for you, Mr. Jaideepkar.
Yes, ma'am. That's a very nice question you put up, and that's a very interesting question also. Expectation is every time in every places. The parents expect from the children, bosses accept from the employee. Okay, teachers expect something from the students. In a family, our members expect from the father. So expectation is never ending. It is always there in Indian society, in every place expectation is there. So definitely, when exam will come, there is an expectation from the parents, from the children, and children having expectation that I should produce a very good result. So this is a never ending, and still it should be required. So the only thing is that the expectation of parents and expectation of children and what the children are going to perform, the balance is more important, because certain time our degree of expectation varies when it is unbalanced, because parents expecting something and child is giving a result or producing something. If you look at this, as Anjan sir mentioned right now, it's a time of the exam area or exam month. So what is going to happen? If you take the example, there is near about 46 lakhs children are going to appear the CBSE board exam recently. If I take the CBSE example, and out of them 26 lakhs are the 10th class student and 20 lakhs are the our class 12 students. Now, all the children having expectation to produce a good result, and parents having expectation that my child should produce a better result. So, and school, if you look at the peer pressure also, peer is thinking that my friends and my relatives' child will definitely produce a good result. Now, thing is that the expectation zone has been created, but balancing between that is a more important concept to us. So what as a student, what we need to do? So actually as a student, what I should know my strength and abilities first. As a student, I have to know my strength and ability. Suppose parents is expecting I want to be engineer, but I am interested in my according to my strength and capability and ability, I want to be artist. So now the thing is that how to address this one? Parents is expecting it. Engineer, I want to be artist. So now the children has to do what they have to explore certain good things about the artistic quality, what we can do and what we can perform. That strength you need to tell your parents. The second point comes, you have to communicate your parents openly. And parents are also actually, they are knowing what is their child's strength, ability, capacity, and how they can perform. So when child is openly communicate to the parents, that one balance point comes. What actually child will come and tell to the parents, Papa, you want to be different places. Your expecting is something different, but my expecting is something I can perform better in the painting instead of engineering a doctor degree. Or if you are thinking that I will produce a 99% in the exam, but as per my subject and concept is there, I can do a fair result up to 80%, 70%. If you openly communicate to your parents, definitely there is a one, because parents are parents. Once you communicate, there's a relationship builds. And parents, once they feel that, no, my child is very clear and he is clear about his thought process. Now this expectation will little be low. Point one. Point two, I have said. Point three, seek the guidance from the teachers and counselors and your well-wisher. As a student, first of all, you noted your ability and capacity and which way you can perform. You openly communicated. Now you want to perform in a better way. So then you seek the help of your counselors from the schools, teachers, well-wishers, your coach, your guide. So they will tell you the different path which you can achieve your target and goal. That will help you, the children, and that can children can manage they can balance their all the target and things. And next point comes that when you want to, because apart from the result is not nowadays. If you feel that people are giving more importance in the marks, but marks is more important, mindset is more important. Your mindset is developed. I want to be a painter, that which percentage is required, and you have already communicated to your parents, you are seeking guidance from the teachers. So what is going to happen? Then you make your balanced path, you prepare your path. Now this way I will to move. I'll plus 2 I'll do science or arts or commerce. After that I'll do graduation, I'll be pursuing a fine arts, and I'll career as a painting or designing. That career path you have to design on your own and discuss to your parents as your counselor and teacher. Now everybody is the same page. Now nobody will compare, nobody will feel the more expected from you, and there is no hodgepodge between the family, teachers, that all triangle in the similar, and people will feel that, oh, child is going in a progress path. So that type of planning also you have to do, you have to discuss to the people. And second is that you don't think about the society, social media, other colleague criticisms, that you have to avoid it, because once you will think about that, your expectation zone will be more broader. So let us balance this. As a students, you need to do 4 things. First, you identify your capacity and abilities, communicate openly to your parents, then you make a career path, then you take a help of the counselor and teachers. Then if you are balancing on that way, the expectation of your parents, of your teachers and your peers will be neutralized, and you are going also in the right path. So that is the actual job we have to do. So that way we can balance the expectation between parents and students. And parents also, what is on this platform I want to address, and I want to share with the parents also. Now don't expect, because expectation is never ending. Whatever you expect today you expect something, tomorrow you will expect something. This is their children. So now if you will expect less, you will be more happily, you will survive and will live. That's my submission to the forum. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful words and the explanation. We are discussing the topic in today's Paricharcha session, coping with parental expectation and fear of failure in exam. अभिभावकों की अपेक्षाएं और परीक्षा में असफल होने के डर से कैसे निपटा जा सकता है, कैसे इससे युद्ध किया जा सकता है और बैलेंस किया जा सकता है, इस संघर्ष को समाप्त किया जा सकता है, दैट विल बिकम योर स्ट्रेंथ, इस पर बात कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज द मार्क्स मेजर्स योर परफॉर्मेंस, नॉट योर पोटेंशियल्स. सो वी हैव वन अनदर क्वेश्चन फॉर यू, मिस जग्यासनी. मैम, व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस दैट स्टूडेंट्स फेस विद देयर पेरेंट्स एंड द एक्सटर्नल environment with the fear of failure?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the question. As already Jaidev sir and Anjan sir has introduced and communicated that many of the students face a major issue because of expectation, communication. Let me tell you, expectation comes under academic and future pressure. For example, students mostly feel pressurized about their academics and future because their parents' irrelevant expectation. They don't know what the child's strengths and weaknesses, but they do expect more and more from the kids without even knowing their background, without even knowing their strengths. Students mostly feel very agitated, very reluctant or resistant from their parents because of the irrelevant expectation that they should do more and more. Also, including that, they do feel the performance pressure because as they have seen their parents that they want their child to be even more talented, more knowledgeable, they feel very pressurized to perform in examination or in any classroom activities also. Apart from performance, there is anxiety because of the classroom environment as well as the teacher's expectation, parents' expectation, peer group expectations. Also, they feel very reluctant to talk about what exactly they are going through during that phase, whether they really want to do it or not. Also, let's not forget the culture of comparison within parents, that they constantly say, look at other kids, how they are doing, how they are performing in the classroom, how they are doing in tests, how confident they are, forgetting that their child is unique in very different way. Every child is unique. Every child has some specialities. But parents do compare other kids with their own kid because they feel, if other kids are doing, why my kid is not doing? What is wrong with my child? So that creates a sense of comparison. Comparison culture is also there. Apart from that, communication gap we have talked about. Let me tell you, there is a huge communication gap nowadays between the child and the parents. Not because of that they don't want to talk, but there are some common phrases, let me tell you, why there is a communication gap. Uh, in my experience, I have heard these sentences from the kids, from the students, how they feel about the parents. When I ask them, why don't you share it with your parents? They say, ma'am, I cannot tell them. Or, ma'am, I don't know how they would react. I feel very scared to talk about it. I don't know whether they would understand it or not. I feel nobody understands me. These are very common phrases that I have heard from students. Let me tell you, this comes from withdrawal. Like during the communication, most of the time that happens that parents do withdraw from the conversation and get out of the place or remove the person from that conversation or take for granted of their opinion. Sometimes what they do is they left the conversation and they leave the house also or wherever they are. Also, there is one more thing, that is judgment. Students, kids always feel of judgment. Whatever they see, whatever they are expressing, they feel very judgmental that people are judging them, people are talking about them. And this comes from home only. Because at home also, when they start expressing themselves, they do get the judgment. We all know the first society of a child is the entire family and the parents. But when the child gets the judgmental comments passed from the first society of them, like from the family, from the parents, from the grandparents, from their relatives, they do feel very anxious. That makes them feel very pressurized and very underconfident. Also, parents to know the boundaries or where to stop, how to stop, and where not to lead in the conversation. That creates a kind of negative impact on the students that made them feel very distanced from the parents. That leads to the communication gaps. And last but not the least is privacy concern at adolescent phase or late adolescent phase, child craves for privacy because they feel they don't want to talk for sometimes. They need time to resist. They need time to digest the entire scenario they are facing. They want to understand the situation better in a very calm place. But what parents do is they don't give the space to the child at least just understand and digest it, that okay, you try to understand, you frame it, you analyze it, then you tell us. That space is not there, which makes them more conscious. Apart from these things, we have the struggle for independence. Kids needs independence to make their own decision, to understand, to explore, to do things on their own. But what we get is ambivalence, micromanagement, different kinds of issue that would make them feel that they don't have control over their life or any decision making. That leads to poor decision making of the kids because they have never faced it. Also, I would like to include peer influence and social media influence, or you can call it as technology, where the screen timing, the peer pressure they are having, the kind of entire group they are in, like whether the group is nice or not, whether the group is studious or not, whether the group is positive positively influential or not. Like these things creates a lot of boundaries for the kid to develop for the self development. Also, the social media, the comments, the approval, the validation, that also leads to these stuff. Also, mental health and emotional well-being also hampers because the students feel very agitated because they are being judged, their emotion are being used against them. That is why they feel very reluctant and very judged and very distant, aloof, isolated from the entire society, and they stay in their own world. So these are most of the common situations. Also, I would like to include, last but not the least, is differ priorities. Parents expect different kind of career from them, but they do want different kinds of career. They feel what is priority to them, according to the parents, that is not prioritizing or that is not that important. So these things are some common and more influential difficulties that students face nowadays due to the parental pressure. Thank you so
Right,
much.
ma'am. Thank you so much. Your description was really insightful. You all are watching Paricharcha session, and topic for today is coping with parental expectation and fear of failure in exam. So we have one another important question for you, Dr. Varun. So, sir, how examination stress often affects students' confidence and performance? So, describe the causes of exam-related stress, please.
Yeah, so I also thank my previous presenters were bringing rightly said about what are the reasons and how it affects. So by how the what are the roles, how peer influence, how parent influences, So when we see the what are the causes for exam related stress, majorly subject, we may think only the subject. If child is not mastering the subject, it may affect. But this is a one factor, but however, is not only a factor, and usually it is a combination of environmental, psychological, and physiological factor. So for example, if it is a psychological factor, so child needs to validate their own feeling and how things are happening and how they are getting, impacted. Sometimes it can be also fear of unknown, uncertainty about the question paper, and it is particularly coming to the academic, uncertainty about the question paper, the difficulty level of comprehend. Sometimes child thinks and overthinks, probably whether this question will come, this question may not come, whether I will able to, maybe sometime child have a, if particularly if they are in class 10, 11, 12, and they may think, okay, I am not good in, if they are not performing good in mathematics, then they may think, will I able to clear, or will I able to get good scores in the mathematics, will I able to good scores in language. So there is a fear of unknown. So because see, they haven't seen the question paper, they don't know how it is going to come. So they are looking into the product rather than the process. So the fear of unknown is one major factor. So, for example, think of a student who studied in the class 10 hours but spend only 2 hours. Like, instead of spending more time on preparation, if they spend time on, thinking and about the thought process, then it eventually there is a setback for them. So and there are other some examples, like they are the student believes that if they don't get into one specific course or institution, then they may feel, okay, it is not, they may get good marks, but they may feel that I need to go to one particular institute, I am preparing for one particular exam. So it is again focus on one particular area rather than on their abilities and the skills. So there is, they have always thought that what achieving one particular is the thing, but it is not that. So it is again, it is a fear of unknown. They don't know what is going to happen. So, and the other one is social comparison. The person performance better than peers or the siblings. Maybe the elder or younger sibling is performing well, or the peers around in the school, or the cousins. Probably they have a relatives and their cousins and all pursuing some degree, and again, it is a prestigious. Family sees that the child should go get into either medical or engineering or law or CA. There are creative fields, but we don't look into it. We don't we categorize. This is one important thing. So again, it is a comparison, social comparison. Child is spending, parents and parents also comparing, and the child sometime, it directly impact the child. Once if parents started comparing, it directly impact the child. And also child may sometimes feel guilty also, because parents may think, see, I am spending more time, more money on you, and you are having a different tuition. And so so again, it's a child, it's not only the cognitive abilities, but also the social abilities also matter. So there is some kind of comparison involved on the child. So child, social pressure is on the on the child, so it also impact on the exam. Again, there is a time management is again another thought. Time management in the sense, uh, see, it is not there are research studies speaks about how child spending time, taking a break instead of taking if the child spends all at for an hour continuously preparing for something, for one particular paper, and taking a regular break, that also helps to improve the academic learning. But if instead of that, if the child keep on spending only unable to manage their own time, and that also impact on their it also build exam stress. It is also matter that in the exam, during the exam, as well as preparation for the exam. During the exam also, the child should focus on all kind of question and answer, and calculate the time and execute in the exam. And before that also, they should have a mental framework, and able to calculate, okay, I am going to spend unit 1 for this much time, unit 2 for this much time, unit 3, and giving importance for all papers. Sometime I can see children are spending more time on the specific paper. So, for example, if a child chooses a science stream, then there are paper on language, there are paper on language 1, language 2, there are paper on vocational subjects, but they spend more time on mathematics, physics, chemistry, or biology, in other areas. Uh, but it is all the paper is equally important. It is we are as all the teachers or the viewers mostly know that the abilities are not only cognitive abilities. There is a psychomotor abilities, there is affective domain. So that's how Benjamin says that cognitive abilities, psychomotor, and affective domain. But knowingly or unknowingly, knowingly to some extent, teachers also knows, teachers knows, and there are educated parents, they all know, literate parents all know that these are different domains of development. So every domain is equally important. We set question papers, and question paper based on focusing on all the domains, not only one domain. So but what happens in the preparation, they focus only on the cognitive domain. So there is some mismanagement in the time also. Then there is again within the self, when you see fear of unknown, then there is a social comparison, time management, then the internalized expectation. So students often tie the self-worth to their grades, low mark like a personal failure rather than just as a test results. So this is again, there are children, in case if they so if you see the scientist, whoever going to discover, whoever have discovered something, they have gone through a lot of failures. It is not the end. Failure is not the end. If they it leads to, okay, there is other possibilities. It leads, it says that there is something other, there is other way to do also. It is not only child is working on, but also teacher. If a child scores less mark, child also will know, okay, something is wrong, I will internalize what went wrong. Apart from the teachers also, we are working, apart from educationists working, apart from parent, society, and community, all working to help the child. But the child should know that, okay, if it is low mark, I should focus on what went wrong, and how I can improve my grades, rather than coming to a conclusion, no, it is okay, I don't know this subject, I'm not good in this subject. And also, it is, once you, for example, if everyone have a different abilities, for example, if someone is not performing in one subject area, then if constantly if they are unable to perform, I mean, they are not gaining more marks or the grades which they expect, then there is a different strategies to work on, rather than coming to a conclusion that is not possible. Human beings are potential for to do everything, and everyone is able to do equally everything based on their abilities and the skill set. But also skill sets can be, all the skill set can be acquired by human beings. And we are also, everyone is unique and everyone is able to do whatever they are meant to do, it is possible. So but coming to a conclusion is something not really good. And they, again, as children should be focused on the process. For example, if I want to be an musician, so I should focus more time on enhancing my music skills, whatever, maybe I like guitar, I like to play flute, or I like to play a violin. So I should focus on the skill instead of coming to a conclusion, no, it is not possible, I don't have the skill set. If someone want to be a football player, they should spend more time on enhancing the skills. If likewise exam, if they are performing some exam and they feel that they are the marks are a little less on a particular subject, so they should spend they should spend some quality time on the quality time rather than long duration. As I told, there are studies says that spending more hours focusing on one subject, rather learning will be maybe 50, 20, 30, 40 percentage than a person who takes a break regularly and learning. So it means that every day you are taking, for example, you study for 30 minutes and take break of 10 minutes. It is good. It is, then you learn the content, and your learning is more product to you quality oriented rather than quantity. And
Thank you so
also
much. Yes, sir. Please.
yeah. So and also I like to share a few more some information which may be good for the viewers. So student who reads multiple time of a text rather than at once, if a student particularly who into exam, so if they keep on multiple time of reading tests, so build confidence among them rather than just and have a glance. And no, for example, there is a particular definition for example physics or mathematics, there is a particular definition which is really important, and students should read and reread and learn it as it is. Sometimes what happens, they absorb it. Writing on own is, I'm not saying it is bad, but they can write on their own, understand, grasp the definition and write on their own. Sometimes there are tendencies to do mistake. So it is a research done, and they have proved that if a child read and reread, it is the learning, it builds a confidence, psychological confidence among them. And also there are switching between studying, switching between social media and the study notes can reduce their productivity by up to 40%. So if they are studying for 40 minutes or an hour, then they are going for again switch from reading to social media. No, we do. I think we are also sometimes do then even social media and scrolling Instagram or watching a vertical video, then come back. It reduces. It doesn't sustain. Also, it reduces, and 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 also student there is I think I will come back this in another question. So but however I'll try to share student who have a quality sleep between 8 hours, 6 to 8 or 8 to 10 hours, their learning efficiency is more then who student who is sleeping for a 6 hour or they are having a sleep deprivation. It means it is, again, it is not that quantity of duration. No, my son is or my student is sitting and studying for 10 hours. No, it is not. There is a you want to read and take a break and again read. it is good rather than spending at a stretch 10 hours. It will not help in learning. So sleep is really important. Probably sometime you can see student, particularly in the class 11th 12th or 10th 12th, and if they are preparing for NEET or JEE exams, they spend more time on on preparing for the exam. But that sacrificing the sleep and you prepare for the exam, it will not help. So
Right, sir.
yeah.
That was really insightful and definitely useful for all the students who are watching this session. We have we have more questions, but next, Dr. Anjan Kumar, we want to ask you that what should be strategies of parents for the better performance of students while they are in stress?
Thank you, madam. As we know that all the panelists have already analyzed or focused on the different aspects, that how to minimize the fear of failure, and that is expectation, high expectation, how to minimize. Then here it is the role of the parents, I think, is most important, because parents know the students from the very beginning. They are the, in true sense, we can say, they are the actual friend of their children. In true sense, we can say, because they know what is their capacity, what degree of temperament he has, in what area he can do better. Parents can know better in comparison to others. But yes, there is question arises that there are some parents, those who are not known about the different field of education, different areas in which students can master or in which students can develop his profession. There are different areas. Yes, it is another factor that may create for the parents, may create problem for the parents, that how to handle the situations. But I want to say that if there is any problem, then there should be open discussion, as our one of the panelists, Jaydev sir, has already discussed. That there should be open discussions among the, I think, parents and children. If there is open discussion, then parents can know about the expectations of the students, and parents can also guide accordingly. There should not be one-way traffic. If we force that it is my wish, sometimes we see in the childhood or in the parents' life, they may decided to do something. Their goal may be something, but they did not get it. But they want their what should achieve that one. That is the one of the factor, and that's why parents focus on that areas. That I failed to do this one, but I want you have to achieve that one. Especially in our societies, that is nowadays there is more focus on medical engineering, and nowadays the data science, computer science. Students are running after these careers. So we have to think that, especially parents now, it is their role is most important. They have to decide that what they want, the life of their children or the career. What they want, what parents want. In my view, if there will be open discussion, then these things can be minimized, and students will be mainly enabled to take decisions according to the guidance of the parents, as well as according to his own capacities. And second one, that is always we think that we give importance on the outcome or result. Always we give importance, but we forget about the effort of the our children. As a parents, I also see that my words should secure 80%, 90%. They target whatever we set. That sometimes create problem for the children. That we have to think. Yes, target is achievable, then it's okay. Our target should be smart target. That should be specific, and that should be measurable or attainable also in the time bound manner. And if it is smart goal, then parents will just discuss with their words and take decision. And I think in this case, both students and parents will complement with each other. There should not be contradiction between the students and parents. If they take joint decision, it will be helpful. As mother, another our co-panelist Jageswari Madam told that each and every students are unique. It's fact. We cannot think that each and every students will be medical or will attend medical profession, will attend engineering professions. It is not. We have own interest. According to the interest of the students, parents should guide them properly. And if they guide properly as per the interest, capacities, then students will progress nicely. Another thing, especially in our school environment, we observe when parents come to schools during PTM, they compare with the marks of one child with another. You see, they discuss, you see, her child has secured this mark and you have secured this less mark. His child has secured more than 90% in mathematics, you have secured very less marks. And this one especially discourages the children. Rather than, as a parents, we have to think that what was the performance of my ward in previous exam, and in this exam, to what extent he has put his effort to do better. If he has put effort to do better, then we have to recognize it, we have to appreciate it. And if we appreciate the activities or effort of the students or of our ward, then they will take interest and they will work more hours. They will involve more and more in learning. They will develop their creativity. So it should be there. In my view, it should be there. Otherwise, if you just force the children and compare children with other children, then it will be, I think, one leg pulling you are doing. And at the same time, as a parents, we have to understand that as our one of the panelist professors are told that scientists, sometimes they fail. Entrepreneur, sometimes they fail. But they learn from the failure. So when students fail in particular area or secure less marks in particular area, then we have to guide that what are the things wrong in your preparation. What you can do better for next time. We have to ask or we have to discuss all these things. So if we discuss all these things in friendly manner, and when we discuss, that should be not authoritarian attitude. Our attitude should be friendly manner. If you friendly discuss all these things, then I think students will take interest, or your ward will recognize you, your ward will appreciate you, and your ward will also take the guidance from you. Nowadays, all of you know that in this era, students or our wards are taking guidance from the peers. Peers pressure, it is one of the important thing nowadays, or important factor nowadays. Sometimes what our ward will do in the future, that will be decided by the peers, their friend, their bosom friend. Sometimes they say their bosom friend. So it is okay if their friends guide them properly. It is okay, but we have to think the experience of the friend or their friend, those who are classmate, that is not sufficient. They are not so mature. Sometimes they may take a decision whimsically. So you have to just here think about the experience guidance, either from the parent side. If parents is not capable of providing able guidance, then at that time they may discuss with the professional counselor. They may discuss with the well-wishers of their families, those who have already progressed in that particular areas. and they may take the guidance from their teachers, or they may take guidance from the community members. Here, the community members have already succeeded in these areas, in some areas. And nowadays, I think in digital areas, number of areas are available, number of domains are available. Here they provide career guidance to the students, professional guidance to the students. So your ward may also go for these sites where they can, mainly selective sites, not all sites were selective sites. Their ward may can take the advice from this professional counselor or career counselor likewise. And another one, I want to say that when your ward you are thinking that he is in difficult situation, then provide emotional support. Emotional support is most important. But nowadays, you see, in most of the important institution, coaching center, students are accepting some unwanted things due to depression and other activities. So our duty is that life is important for the parents, not learning. Yes, learning is important, but more important is life. So we should not compromise with the life of the students. We have to take precautionary measures,
Right.
preventive measures from the very beginning. Then our students can do better. And next one is that when we are discussing with our students or our wards, especially for the parents, I am saying that parents always think that what I want to say, that the school and students or parents, they should come together. There should not be any fault finding nature with both of them. Sometimes parents say in school students spend about 6 to 8 hours. So whatever they know or whatever they learn, that should be enough to produce good result. It is okay. But what happened when we think about the parents at home, they are also getting sufficient time, and that time is important for, as our Jacob sir told, that Varun sir told, yes, that is revision. Revision is most important, and at home parents can guide for the proper revision. If parents guide properly for the revision, then I think whatever is taught in the school, that will be revised at home properly, then it will help in learning and relearning. Likewise, in case of assessment, whatever test is conducted at school level, that may be practiced at home. Nowadays, question paper, different types of question papers are there. Competency-based questions are asked in the examination. Here, theoretical learning, it will not be helpful. Practical learning is necessary. So here, practice or of the situational questions is required. On the basis of the situation, questions will be asked. Students has to involve in this type of question answer sessions. There may be proper discussion at the school or at home also. Then I think whatever doubts they have, that will be clear, and students will build confidence. And another one, that is we are preparing students not only for examination, we are preparing students for the future. Exam is one part and parcel of our life. Today we are preparing for the CBSE examination, class 10th and 12th examination. After some month, students will prepare for the JEE. Then they will prepare for the, again, NEET examination, for medical examination. Then after medical examination, then again they have to prepare for the different profession, for jobs. So exam after job also, when they will get married, there will be also examination. So in each and everywhere there is examination will be going on. So examination will be taken as a fee manner. And as our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister has already told in different occasions in Paricharcha Pe Charcha Karyagram that we have to celebrate examination. We should not take examination as a pressure. We have to celebrate examination. So here, both parents, students, they will sit together, they will discuss, they will think about developing the creativity of the students rather than only focusing on the marks. So I think if parents guide the students properly in this way, I think there will be proper development and fear of examination will not be there or will be minimized. It is from my side.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, coping with the parental expectations and fear of failure in exams is, yes, very common and very hard. You are not weak if you are feeling this way. So you are definitely, you are more important than your marks. So please keep in your mind. And next we have a question for you, Mr. Jaydev sir. How can students develop their self-belief when they constantly compare themselves with others like their peers?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, right. It's the right question. Actually, though these things are discussing about exam and failure, then expectation and stress and all these unavoidable. So thing is that how the children when they are comparing with others and how they will develop their self-esteem and how they will self-belief. Okay, that's all one important things. How to develop your self-belief and confidence as a child, because the comparison is there. The peer will compare, the parents will compare, society will compare, but things how the strategy will take as a student. So we will feel better in that situation. So every student has a different pace and background and strength and their abilities, but you don't compare with others. You don't compare with others what others are better. You always compare with what I was yesterday, I was today. You compare with yourself. Then there is a self-confidence will grow. If you will compare today I was this much, tomorrow I am this much. If you will compare today, if all our panelists are speaking, talking here, and if I will compare with other panelists, that I am not better than the other panelists, this development is not going to happen to me. If I have spoken yesterday and today I am speaking, if I know how better I spoke today, it will give my confidence to me that because fear will come and things will come. The only to avoid this, to build a confidence, you just and do it. If you are fearing mathematics, there is no other solution. Go and do the mathematics. As our speaker Barun sir said, it's a very second point, it's come very interesting. If a student is studying and you are not taking break in between, you could not, he said, write the word, you should not sacrifice your sleep for the studies. The thing is that any children, if you want to make your confidence more, you break your studies small big job into small pieces. Now if you want to start assign the big one, start doing a small one first. If a small thing you will do, it will give a confidence to yourself to the bigger job. As the Arun sir and Sanjeev ma'am also was taking Das ma'am. The thing is that if you will make a task into smaller one, make an assignment into smaller one, start doing. Once you do once, it will give a lot of happiness and achievements to you. And one achievement is done, it will be done only. And your confidence will go. It will give a self-confidence to you that how can I do more? Because small tasks improve your self-confidence. In self-confidence, it will developly naturally follow to do the major tasks. Next, whenever doing a small task and anything, do the self-recognition yourself. Appraise, oh, I can do it. I can prove it. I can make it. If you do self-appraise and self-recognition, self-achievements and self-praise to yourself, the confidence will go. Now certain times what happens? The other will do it, I am not able to do it. They are doing it, I cannot do it, because this is the problem of fear. If fears is there, then we always compare with others with us. Now I said in the first point, fears will move once, the only one thing you go and do it. Next, limit your negative influences. Your friends, your colleague, your friends, they will always influence unhealthy comparison to you, but avoid it. Avoid the social media. Don't involve much more. As Sar was talking, most of the children are watching a reel, and after that they don't have energy. So energy to compare yourself or energy to build yourself. So my another point is that limit your negative influence. Don't take into negative one. Feel that things will come. I have to do it because you have to cross the road means you have to walk. You have to cross the road. You have to ride the cycle. You have to cross the road. You have to ride a bike. But this is journey is yours. But target is there. The thought process is there. I have to cross the road. Build your skills every day. You build your skills. You know your strength, weakness, ability, capability, your potential, your strength. So build your skill every day. 21st century skill is a skilled society. When you build your skill small day by day, doing a little bit work, doing a little bit of practice, as I was telling, if you do this practice more and more, it will give a step to you. One step is built, your confidence will grow. So these are the 5 points I spoke to this platform. The children should grow their confidence and they will self-believe and they can do everything. This is my submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. You are all watching Paricharcha session, and we have next question for you, Mr. Gyasni. Ma'am, what are some techniques they can use to prevent those negative situations, or we can say feelings? Gyasni, ma'am. So we have next question. Let's discuss with Dr. Varun. Sir, discuss the coping strategies students can adopt to manage fear of failure and maintain emotional well-being.
Sorry, ma'am, I was sorry
yes,
for the
ma'am. You may
as I
proceed.
was disconnected. I was unable to unmute. But let me tell you, as already Anjan sir and Jaidev sir has told, let me put some lights on it to improve this self-development and to improve them from being apart from the negative thoughts. First thing they can do is changing their lifestyles, like putting what do you call exercise in their lifestyle routine, doing healthy habits, eating good food, having healthy diet, good sleep, practicing new skills, as well as avoiding the skills that has been the cause for the negative thoughts, avoiding negative influences, taking control over your own task and your own assigned work. Also, apart from the lifestyle changes, I would like to include cognitive and emotional techniques. For example, mindfulness and exercises for getting peace. You do exercise every day, like yoga, different kind of meditation. Those will help you to understand and recognize the kind of difficulties you are having, the root cause for your negative thoughts, and you will release it through physical exercises. Also, identify and reframe the negative thoughts. You identify what kind of negative thoughts you are getting. You identify what could be the reason for your negative thoughts, and you reframe it. Your cognitive procedure, you have to reframe it from negative to positive one, to irrelevant to relevant one. Apart from that, there is one interesting task they can do is one we call that gratitude jar or gratitude wall, where every day on everyday basis the child will write down three things that he or she is grateful for, they are very gratitude about. They write it down and they put it in the jar or they paste it in the wall every day. If they do it continuously, that will create a sign of positivity within themselves, that in the entire negative environment they'll see the positive sides of. Apart from having jars, they can do accept emotions, like whether I am feeling like this, whether I'm feeling lonely, whether I'm feeling emotionally vulnerable, whether I'm feeling very overwhelmed, whether I'm feeling very frustrated. Those negative feelings, what they feel, they need to accept it. They need to own it. Okay, I am feeling like this. I know that this is not the correct thing. I know this is not the fact. I know it is a phase that I will get over, and try to focus on the positive side. yes, shifting the positive focus from negative ones to positive ones. Also, using humors, like trying to make good amount of good kind of humor from the negative ones, just to make them feel more confident. Also, one more thing is journaling. Journaling helps students to write down the negative thoughts so that they can get rid of the emotion instantly. You feel something is bothering you, you feel very negative about something, you write it down. So your emotion is out. It is not bottling up inside you, it is not being suppressed inside you. So that will help them to understand, okay, as I have written it, I will read it again when I feel very happy and elastic, when I am empathetic, when I do understand that okay, things are now all settled, then I will read it and analyze it whether I whatever thought that time I was getting was correct or not. Do I have a role in that situation? And if I do, did I do anything wrong? Did I go anywhere wrong? If not, then that is not my concern. I should not feel any kind of negativity about it. What I did was right, then everything will be fine. You'll gain confidence. Apart from that, I would say help yourself, help others, connect with others through emotions, through different kinds of activities, physical activities like playing, making projects, doing teamwork. That will help you to understand personality more. You'll understand different kinds of individuality. Your perspective will be dynamic. So you'll understand different kinds of different ways to solve one issue. Also, whenever you feel that no, things are not going well with me, you seek help of professionals. You have school counselors, you have parents, you have your well wishers, you have teachers, you have some elder seniors also who would help you to understand the situation entirely in a different way, which might help you. Apart from this, sometimes we feel that not everyone is available for us. Not everyone is always there for us. Nobody, sometimes we are in a certain situation where we cannot ask for help somebody else. How would you relieve yourself quickly? It's called as quick method. How? Every day, whenever you feel like that things are going wrong, see the positivity, see the good things in the negative ones. As other panelists also said, being good means you see the positive side that will motivate you to do a certain thing. Also, compliment others constantly, regularly, communicate with others how you feel, express yourself. Apart from that, always feel gratitude, write down gratitude every day regularly. Feel grateful for yourself. Praise yourself for the good things you have done. Praise yourself for the difficulties you have faced and overcome till now. Celebrate your success, also failures, because stop taking things as failure. Take it as an opportunity. When you are not able to do anything, this is not failure. This is actually one more opportunity for you to learn where you have gone wrong, what were you lacking at, and that by that time you'll understand how you can develop it and how can you get the success that you want. Also, notice your breathe. Every time we get anxious, every time we get nervousness or any kind of negative feelings, the first thing that happens is we our control on our breathing loses. So when you feel very nervous, anxious, you focus on breathing. Deep breathe in, breathe out, counting during breathing, backward counting will help you to gain a control on yourself. Apart from that, there is one more: cultivate compassion. That is very important. Also, try to understand where whatever you are feeling, recognize your emotions. Whether you are feeling like this, whether you are feeling like very difficult situation, it is fine. It is okay. These are human emotion. You feel like this, it is very normal. Every person feels like that. Also, whenever you feel like you have been lagged because of the negative situation or because of the negative emotions, go bounce back, fight with that, try to get over it, try to understand that okay, whatever I felt, now it is for me to bounce back. The time I have to get back to my original life. Apart from that, try to try to identify the source of the entire situation, the source or the root cause of the negative thoughts, where it is coming from. Identify it, reframe it, try to understand why it happened. Okay, if it happened, whether it was because of me or it was for me, whether do I have any kind of role, or whether I have to really think about it or not, whether it is rational or not. Rationalize your thoughts in a positive way. Apart from this, I would like to conclude my entire question within two more techniques. One is called as 333 technique, where you, wherever you are, the surrounding, the environment you are in, figure out key objects, key sounds, key body parts, key humans that you can rely on. And third one is 3 C's. 3 C's means first C, checking, second C, countering, and third C is changing. First, you check what kind of negative emotion you are finding. Then you crack the code of why it is coming, the root cause of the negative emotion. Once you figure both of them out, try to change it into positivity. These are some techniques where you actually, when you don't find professional help and you feel very lonely, there you can use it. Also, if you feel like one professional can help you, do consult them, to talk to your teachers, to talk to your parents also. Thank you so much.
आप सभी परिचर्चा सत्र देख रहे हैं, जहां हमारा आज का विषय है, हम बात कर रहे हैं कॉपिंग विद पेरेंटल एक्सपेक्टेशन एंड फियर ऑफ फेलियर इन एग्ज़ाम। अभिभावकों की अपेक्षाओं और परीक्षा में असफल होने के डर से निपटना। चलिए अब अंतिम प्रश्न के साथ हम डॉक्टर वरुण आपके पास आते हैं। Sir, we want to ask you that discussion, the coping strategies students can adopt to manage fear of failure and maintain emotional well-being.
Yeah, so to coping strategies, there are already certain examples and strategies have given by our fellow presenters, and so here we are talking about the tools, immediate tools or actionable tools which available for the students or the children, or even for parents who can to come out from, or to come out or to be resilient towards certain issues. Emotional, particularly we are talking about the emotional well-being. So the all thing, mostly children are aware, parents are aware, and if they have to execute it, it is most of the time parents are aware, children are also aware, schools teachers are aware, teachers are also helping out. It's only thing is executing. For example, I want to reduce weight, and I know I am little bit of overweight, and I know the strategy, I know what I have to do, I know where I should, I should do regular exercise, I should do have a healthy food habits, control food habits, sleep on time. So I know the strategies, but if I don't follow, then it is just building something in the mind rather than executing the actionable ways. It is again, child should not think what is going to happen when my exam results are going to come. And but when they think about the exam results, when they started having think about the future, then it is they forget about what they have to do. So as parents, mostly I say parents and the teachers, encourage the student to focus on the chapters they have to read rather than thinking about the tomorrow's exam. So this will help them to being at the moment and look what they have to do. And also building emotional resilience is something very very important, which I learned personally from my childhood. So I was also not very good student of class 10 and 11 12, because I scored just mere pass marks, sometimes I get fail marks. But what made me to be achieve or academically strong later part is, during those days, human life phases are not the human life phases are not the same. There are always ups and downs. Maybe that is my down period, but it was a very crucial period, because back then I was a child and I was focused on studies, but I was not performing well in maths and science. Uh, however, I opted maths and science. But in schools also, I have a little different difficult situation. But in my home, I got my parental support. My father and my mother were very emotionally strong, and they built resilient in me. They thought that this is not the only thing. So there are a lot of people who have failed in the early years and become late achievers. And also people, success cannot build in a day. It need a step by step, like Rome can't build in a day. So if they are, students, if they are going through something, then it is, I think, because parents know better them. Because maybe in a class 5 6 there are teachers, and teachers changes. Sometimes teachers are not tracking the students. In sometimes, if the child studies in the same school, maybe the teacher also stays in the same school, then they are tracking the students. Otherwise the strong tracking habits are not there. So, but parents are spending more time, they are more sensitive towards the child. And I feel it is first and foremost duty for the parents is to build emotional resilience for the child. If they are emotionally resilient, they may able to overcome any situation. And for in case if they want to be anything with something actionable, which is as ma'am told, they should focus on physical grounding. If they feel anxiety or if they feel little nervousness, you look focus on your breathing pattern, and you try to see things around in around. So this will help them to be calm down and to be physically ground. And again, ma'am has told about how do you reframe the failure. Shift the narrative from failure is the end, then failure is a data. So it is it is not just an end. So it is, as again our presenters fellow Jaideep sir was saying, that uh, how you can face, how you can solve the build a confidence through failure. Small issues you solve it, small problems you solve it, which helps you to solve a bigger problem. So you reframe your failure. Maybe if you are unable to solve a small problem, you try a different way, then you fix it, so which will eventually help you to solve a bigger problem. Failure is just a number, it is not the end. These all should parents should inculcate, and schools, anyway, schools they are doing. But when it comes through father or mother, which they are emotionally attached more, they are also attached with the teachers or peers in around. But I think there is a strong in our country, we have a more emotionally attached to the family and the parents and the family. Not only parents, but also there are, if in our country we see how fathers brother like chacha mama mami, so those uh, all those figures come into our life, they become sometime, there are families which I have seen respecting the elders in the family than their own parents. It means that they value the parents, but they listen to the elders in the family. So all those communities should come forward and build emotional resilience to the child. And also they should also involve like physical activities, which is equally important. But school should focus on physical, as how exams are every year they are conducting, school should focus on physical activity. Because Swami Vivekananda told that instead of reading Bhagavad Gita, you just give a football to the child, which build them. Uh, if they are physically fit, probably the emotional uh, fall down will be less. Because I remember still, because I was good in athletic also, so somehow I able to come out from my failures in the schools. These are some strategies. I think mostly whatever our panelists they have told, these strategies, these ways, the children and parents should inculcate in this in child, uh, uh, as well as teachers. Teachers, the why I am focusing more on parents, because they spend more time. Nowadays you see till age 1 till at least till 16 17 child are with parents. Moment 17 cross, they are not with the parents, they are either going for a higher studies, later they are going for a job. So spending time with the parents is becoming less day by day. So first 17 years or a first 16 years 15 years are very crucial, because it is uh, at the end, between child, father, mother, and community, and the community become a state and nation. So for parents to inculcate resilience and emotional support, then schools, teachers, and all the stakeholders in the education field should build emotional resilience in the child, which helps them to be emotionally mature and stable and able to face any adversity, and also function efficiently for their academic growth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And that was really wonderful conversation with all the panelists. आप सभी के साथ ये बातचीत वाकई सार्थक रही. हमारे साथ जुड़े हमारी परिचर्चा सत्र के आज के सभी पैनलिस्ट को हम धन्यवाद करना चाहेंगे. आज हमने बात की है कॉपिंग विद पेरेंटल एक्सपेक्टेशंस एंड फियर ऑफ फेलियर इन एग्ज़ाम. अभिभावकों की अपेक्षाओं और परीक्षा में असफल होने के डर से निपटना. सो एट लास्ट यू मस्ट प्लीज़ रिमेंबर दिस, यू आर मोर देन योर मार्क्स. यू आर अलाउड टू लर्न, fail, improve and grow. No exam decide your worth or your entire future. So support creates success. Definitely that will be for all of you. हम अपने सत्र के साथ ही यहाँ पर धन्यवाद करना चाहेंगे हमारे सभी गेस्ट का. डॉक्टर वरुण अशोकन, डॉक्टर अंजन कुमार खाटुआ, मिस्टर जयदेव कर, मिस जग्यासनी दास, आप सभी का धन्यवाद. थैंक यू सर. परिचर्चा सत्र को यहीं समाप्त करते हैं और अपने सभी व्यूअर्स को कुछ और इन्फॉर्मेशन देना चाहेंगे. क्लास 4 और क्लास 7 की न्यू टेक्स्ट बुक सभी स्टूडेंट्स अमेज़ॉन, फ्लिपकार्ट और NCERT की ऑफिशियल साइट से ऑर्डर कर सकते हैं. आइए देखते हैं आगे प्रसारित होने वाले सत्रों में. 4 से 5 आप PM eVidya चैनल नंबर 6 से चैनल नंबर 12 तक देख सकते हैं ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम, जहां टॉपिक रहेगा AI युग में डिजिटल फुटप्रिंट का भविष्य. 5 बजे का समय रहेगा आज के सहयोग सत्र का. टॉपिक है नीम द फीलिंग, आइडेंटिफाई एंड मैनेजिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स इमोशंस. 5:30 पर आप नीपा NCSL का सत्र देखेंगे, जहां टॉपिक रहेगा NEP 2020 रिफ्लेक्शन ऑन द थॉट्स ऑफ पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय. हमारे साथ जुड़े हमारे सभी दर्शक, सभी छात्र आज के सत्र से बहुत कुछ सकारात्मक आप लेकर जाएंगे, प्रयास करेंगे उसे जीवन में उतारने का, ऐसा मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ. आप हमसे विभिन्न माध्यमों से जुड़ सकते हैं और अपने फीडबैक भी ज़रूर हमारे इन सभी सेशंस के लिए दें, क्योंकि मनोदर्पण बहुत कार्य कर रहा है हमारे साथ जुड़े सभी छात्र छात्राओं के मनोबल को सकारात्मक दिशा में आगे बढ़ाने के लिए. अब समय है कि मैं सृजन राजपूत अपनी पूरी टीम के साथ आप सभी से अनुमति लूँ. नमस्कार.